All right. Okay. All right. All right. I finally fixed it. Okay. Yeah. So there's a little bit of a lag. I'm sorry. I was trying to get this all straightened out. So my last spending. This is my depth year, but you know, we had a little bit of tax money that I could spend on my room, so I really wanted to do that. I'm gonna move the mic a little closer so y'all can hear me pretty well. Maybe I'll leave it back a little until I open the bags. Okay, hello everybody. I'm so glad y'all are here. This is a little late for me to do. This is like almost 9 o'clock, but I went to TJ Maxx. And when I was at TJ Maxx, I found all this like really adorable stuff. Well, I got a candle for next to nothing. It is Lotus Blossom and Rain. And it smells so good. So I hit their clearance aisles. Sure, bedtime. So this is one of the things. Now, everything I got was clearanced. I love TJ Maxx too. Look at this. This was $2. I kid you not, $2. Isn't that gorgeous? I think that is so gorgeous. Okay, so that's one bag. I was looking, Courtney had went to, I guess, theirs in Australia is, like, some people call it Home Goods. Some people call it different, TJ Maxx at different places has different things. This was $6, which made no sense to me. It was so much more expensive than that, but this is going in on one of the shelves for the cubby. And then I got one. And I can use this paper, so it's all going on the floor. I have a bag. And then this one was $6. So y'all can see. This was $4.50. That says edit. This one was also $4.50 and it says focus. Make sure y'all can see them really well. Yeah, my word for this year is intuition. I didn't see anything with my word on it. This says right. I need to raise it up. Am I too? Oh, you can't even see it. Okay. Make sure I have these in. And I'm holding them up for a little bit longer than necessary because there's a lag. So what I'm seeing is, okay, oh, one of these things is like personal. I got Fine Balance Calm Pillow Spray. It's the Balance and Relax Lavender Chamomile and Essential Oils. This was $3.99. This is for our sheets in the room and stuff. So I'm excited about that. I like the stress relief from Bath and Body Works, but Bath and Body Works is so expensive. Oh, I like when I can find things for $2. Okay, this is Coconut Rose Hydrating Face Mist. The one I have now is just the Rose Water Face Mist. This is really the greatest setting spray, especially where I live. It's so humid, and when you have makeup on, like if you wear any kind of powder, it looks really powdery. Like when you're filming, I use this. You can put it on there anytime. It's a skin quencher. It's actually really good for the wintertime too. But this was like $6.99, I think. So more expensive than the other stuff, but it's cheaper to do that than it is to buy it online. And I got this for $6. They had one that said "Be You," but it was cracked. So, and the last thing, yes, hustle. And this is the last thing. And this was $2. I kid you not. I'm going to show you the outside where the price is before I show you the inside, because you're not going to believe it when I show you what it is. So I thought this one with the fountain pen is going to go on my writing desk. And then these are going to go in the cubbies, I think. And this is going to go right here. The one that says write and edit is going to go on my writing desk. And this one that says focus is going to go here for paintbrushes. So, and this is going to go on here. I'm going to take this blue bowl and this heart that I have. This blue bowl that has my bits and pieces. I mean, this wooden bowl that has my bits and pieces of ephemera. Because this is actually like a little salad bowl. But now I have for my bits and pieces of ephemera. Or I could use it as a palette. Except I don't want to use it as a palette. I could. I don't know. I mean, this could actually be used as a. I have a little palette. I have. Where did it go? Where did it go? Where did it go? It's right in front of my face. It's, of course, because I couldn't see it. It's right in front of my face. I have one of these. So, I think I'm going to put paper clips and watercolors that I use quite often. Like the tubes, like my gouache, white gouache. I don't know. These look so cute that I want to put things that you can still see the things in there. I don't know. I'm debating because I technically could use this as a palette. See, this is my paintbrush holder now, and it's got a lot of paintbrushes, and I have another one. I think I'm going to take the ones that are old that I use for glue and stuff and put them in something else. Like these, I have all different kinds of, and I think that's what I'll do, is put the ones that are, you know, or I could put my favorite ones in the one that says focus, or I could put pins in this. I haven't made up my mind. I do need to clean this out. Like these things could go in this thing that looks like the coffee beans that I got from the thrift store. And this was like $1.99. So I have my taller brushes in it. So the brushes I don't use all the time could technically go in it. That way I have more room in this thing. That's my glue brush. And now I have more. Yeah, this came from, it says You're Spectacular. And it came from a place on Etsy. It's it's called Our Name is Mud. And it's got the little signature. I think that's the same place I got David's mug that says, I got me one and David one. They gave me one by mistake because they did it in the wrong color. So, David's is, it says, instant rock star, just add coffee. So, so I figured, you know, this works. I've got, I could put little bookmarks or, little ink cartridges. I've got a few ink cartridges. Thank you, Tracy. I appreciate it. Yes, 9 o'clock here. But $2, y'all. $2. $2. So I debated on using this as a brush holder. I still am not sure, but it's so cute. I want it for my, I wish they'd have had 2 of them, because if they'd have had 2 of them for $2, I would have gotten it, but they didn't. I snatched the last ones of these that they had because $2 each, y'all. $2 each. I couldn't believe that these little things were more expensive than the other things. But that's okay. I think they'll really look cute up there. So it you know, I don't know. I couldn't for the life of me pass up anything that said write or edit. You know, I mean, these could be great for pens and markers. Like I could put the mild liners in this one that says edit, and then put pens in this one that says write. So, and the one that says focus, I might use for my mild liners. I mean, not my fine liners, I should say, like the ones that I use to draw with all the time. You know, the ones I use the most. And like a pencil or two. Let me go back. Let me do this for live chat. Stream help. Okay. Are y'all having any kind of buffering or issues or anything? All right. I need to share this. I am so sorry that it took me so long to get, I was like, what in the world is going on? It was only doing, I'm in OBS, and it was only doing, it was only doing like half a box. It looked like retarded. And I hate to use that word. I shouldn't use that word. It looked so messed up, and I'm like, why is it not working? Why is it not working? Okay. So I know I did a coffee chat yesterday, but I wanted to share this stuff with y'all because these were such amazing finds. I mean, just so awesome. Thanks, John. Thanks, Thea. I just, y'all, for $2, $2. And I know it's my depth year, so I just redid some little red bins, plastic bins with my, one's got my magazines in it, and one's got bigger pieces of like scrapbook paper and that kind of stuff. And for all the stuff that I bring in, I am getting rid of some stuff. I have an old box from Amazon that I'm putting stuff in. I didn't make it to the post office today either. And we have a plumber coming in the morning. So once the plumber gets done, my father-in-law, my mother-in-law called and said, we're sending the plumber over. The one that they use, because our water bill is $45, and it used to be like 20 something. And it's because our faucet in our tub, it used to just drip. Now it's streaming. And the plumber that they got to fix theirs did a really good job, and he didn't charge them very much money. So Dave's dad called them and called him, and so the plumber's coming over in the morning. So I have the money for the plumber, and I have to go by and run like 2 errands. I have to go pay a bill and have to go to the post office. And I was going to do that today, but I napped today. TJ Maxx. I got them from TJ Maxx. They were on the clearance aisle. I'm telling you, they've got some of this kind of stuff, but in plates, like the plate says eat, and then they've got some mugs, and one mug said BU, like the tray that I found. This one says hustle, but the other tray I found said BU, and I really wanted that one. I was going to get 2 of them, but it was cracked, and they only had the 2 of them. And so, but I just $2. $2. So my artist date, instead of drawing, was to get stuff for my desk. I went to TJ Maxx. Got some little treasures for my table and my desk and stuff. I'm still trying to rearrange. I got one of the things of curtains hung up, but I'm not sure I like them. And I did a little bit of vlogging when I left the house, because I went to TJ Maxx and then I went to Starbucks, and I did a tiny bit of vlogging. I'm trying to do more kind of stuff so I can, you know, do a studio vlog. I've got to edit the IKEA trip, and I'm going to be doing curtains tomorrow, and I'm trying to film some of that stuff for Patreon, and then y'all will get like a studio vlog like once a month, and I'm going to combine a little bits and pieces of that kind of stuff for y'all. And I'm going to do the one for Patreon like every other week. So there'll be footage, because I find that kind of interesting. Like, I like to know what creative people kind of do. You know, what do you do to fill your well? What do you do to get outside of the 4 walls when you work from home? I think it's really important not to spend all your time, you know, locked up in the room kind of. I didn't find anything to go on the walls, so I think I'm going to put the mirror back up. It will help capture like some of the sunlight in here, since it is a small room. And I think I'm supposed to be putting that typewriter puzzle together. My daughter didn't feel well the other day, and we were going to do it. So I'm just trying to kind of get things a little bit more organized. Hello, before I do a room to where I am going to do my own art. So my question is, for any of you who do stuff, when you want to do a watercolor and you want to hang it on the wall, I have some good paper. It's hot press paper, but it is really good paper. And I could do my watercolor on that and then go to like TJ Maxx or Walmart or somewhere and buy a frame and put it in the frame. Or do they have watercolor canvases? Because I don't like those regular canvases that you can use to paint with acrylic paint. Don't work well for watercolor. I've already tried that before. It doesn't work well for watercolor. I mean, I probably could put like gesso on it and then it might work. But I want to do some of my own art. I don't know. I'm going to do a couple of different things. But I might go to Dollar Tree and buy some cheap frames. Like regular letter size frames or like 10 by 14s or 9 by 12s or something. To put up on the wall. Hang in different ways. But yeah, hi, you never caught a lie before. You've inspired you greatly for the last year in your journals and art. Thank you, Cindy. Thank you. Yeah, this is rather late for me, and usually there's trolls out this time of night, so if y'all see a troll, let me know. This says journal flip through, but I can do a journal flip through, but it's not a journal flip through. Let me change that. Live chat and show and tell. That way, yeah. When it saves, it'll maybe it'll do what it's supposed to do. But I'm just so excited. I'm gonna switch the desk around a little bit more once I get this fixed a little bit more. I might end up putting my laptop right there on top of a big book to use the webcam when I go live like this. And then that way I can see what I'm doing on here, but y'all can see me a lot better, and it's not this sideways view. It would be straight on. Because I could turn my keyboard around, and then if I need to use the overhead thing, I can. Yeah, the trolls, because I'm on Eastern Standard Time. So right now for me, it's like 9:15. Or, yeah, it's like 9:15. And I've noticed that the later in the evening you do live videos, the more trolls tend to be out and about on YouTube. But I'm not going to let them stop me from doing what I want to do. I wanted to do a chat today, but I didn't want to make it like I did a chat yesterday. Somebody asked me about spring and what I plan on doing for spring. I am same time where you're at. Cool. For spring, David and I want to plant at least a bit of a garden. But he just switched schedules. And now he's working from 6 in the evening till 6 in the morning, Monday through Friday. So his only days off are Saturday and Sunday, and that's like a 60-hour week. So me getting him to do a whole lot of stuff on his days off, other than cutting the yard and helping me with a little bit of the house stuff, it's going to be hard. And I don't know if I can do the garden all by myself, because I'm going to have to that's going to be a lot. Till the ground and everything. And we don't have a tiller, so it'll be me and a shovel. So I might get some planters and plant a few things in planters, like maybe some cucumber, a little plant, a little tomato plant, just one little, and see how the planters do them that way. Just a few things and see how that goes. We had frost last night, so this morning there was ice on the cars and stuff. So I'm glad that we hadn't planted anything yet, because that frost would have not been good for the plants. So I do want to at least plant a couple of herbs and do a couple of planters of like tomatoes and cucumbers. Cherry tomatoes. Oh yes, I love cherry tomatoes. I can wash them off and just eat them. I like cucumbers that way too. Wash them, scrub them a little bit or peel a little bit off, and then I like a little bit of sea salt and a little bit of pepper, and I can eat a cucumber. I can actually eat a cucumber plain, but I love a cucumber when I put salt and pepper on it. Yeah, when I was younger, I used to go spend a week or two every summer with my great aunt that I'm named after, and I would. She had a huge garden, and she. Would go out there and she'd tell me to pick some cucumbers because she'd make a salad, for dinner, and I would rinse it off with a water hose and eat it. I would just rinse it off with the water hose and eat it. She's like, quit eating all my cucumbers. There are some good YouTube channels with container gardens. Gardening. People in high-rise condos have full gardens. I'm going to try that, Cindy. I'm going to look at container gardening then, because I think there's a place I can put the containers so that the animals won't really get to that stuff. I don't have a place in the house to do containers because our kitchen is really small. The tiny house movement has sort of, I love it. I don't need a tiny house, though. We live in a small house. Our house is just under 1,100 square feet. Our bedroom is super small. The closet in our bedroom is smaller than the closets in these bedrooms. Oh man, you go to your friends and her mom would give a salt shaker and we would go on the patio and pick tomatoes and eat them like apples. Yes. I love any kind of tomatoes, actually. I like fried tomatoes. I like fried green tomatoes. I love cucumbers. I love squash and zucchini and bell pepper and onion. My favorite salad, just a quick little salad, is to take little cherry tomatoes, slice up cucumbers and onions, and put a little tiny bit of dill and a little bit of sea salt, a little bit of pepper, and a little tiny bit of dill, and a tiny, tiny splash of like vinegar, and then stir it up and eat that. That's like, I love that kind of salad. Your husband looks at you weird when you eat tomatoes like apples. Yeah. My husband actually used to love, love, love salads. He was like, he'd rather eat a salad at a really good salad bar or when I would make them at home. But since he has Crohn's disease now, he can't eat raw vegetables at all. So no salads for him. Um, um, yes. I love veggies too. I love eggplant lasagna, olive oil and sprinkle basil. I'll have to try that. I like basil. Yeah, it is really sad, no veggies. Oh, and garlic powder. Yeah, I have some fresh garlic. Sometimes I'll chop it up. So what I was thinking about doing with this bowl is washing this bowl. I have one of those wooden crush things that you pestle. You know what I'm talking about? I have a wooden one. It's smaller. The inside is smaller than this. So I thought about sitting that with this spaghetti squash. Yes. And sitting the so that I have a bigger thing to like crush garlic and different things like that. Um, since this bowl was so this was like $1 at the thrift store when I went with my mom. So yeah, this is what all my spending's over. I'm back to the depth year. This was I had to spend some money on myself because of taxes for self-employment. Um, and so I've done quite a bit of that, and I've got the receipts and stuff for this stuff. So I'm really excited because I can kind of go through things and figure out what's the most important, like what I really like in here and how I really want to do all of this. I've been rearranging a little bit. I've been putting things in the cubbies. Like I have one cubby that's all for adhesives. It has duct tapes and glues and extra things for the little glue adhesive runners and all my extra glue sticks and all that kind of stuff in one of those cubbies. And the other cubby, I have like all kinds of paint stuff. So watercolor palettes, watercolors, my big thing of the water, like I have a Folgers thing of watercolor tubes. Um, and then, all that kind of stuff, that's in one. My gouache, that's still so weird to say, gouache. Gouache, gouache. I don't even know if I'm saying it right. And then I have another one that has electronic stuff in it, so extra cords and extra stuff, and different things like that. And then I'm still kind of figuring out how I want to do everything. So nothing better than to set up your creating, being surrounded by all the things: art, paints, pens, journals. It's your happy place. Love getting ideas from your room. Thank you. I love the feel of my room better, way better now. Once I get this wall that the shelves that I had up, pulled off the paint and some of the sheetrock. Once I'm gonna sand that when we do go to repaint in here, we're gonna have to sand and putty. But for now, I'm going to have to put artwork all over the wall to cover up the parts that got messed up when we pulled those shelves down. I don't know, maybe it was the humidity or whatever. I have my little tiny red shelves, and I thought about putting like one of these on the shelves, or I'm not quite sure. I'm still, like, I've got this. And I think this is like so funny. I love this thing. And it smells like coffee, y'all. And then I've got another one that says wake up and smell the coffee. Those came from Family Dollar. I wish they'd had them at TJ Maxx on clearance. I still can't get over the fact that this was $2. My room, though, is finally coming together. And I think one of the things that really helped since this is my depth year, and we are con marine areas of the house, and I'm not con marine one room at a time. I'm con marine sections at a time, because I have ADHD. If I start on a big project and I have a whole bunch of stuff in my way, like in the middle of the floor or on top of the bed or whatever, I'm going to get overwhelmed, for one. For two, if I get distracted by real life stuff, like the plumber coming over, or when I have to cook, or David and I go grab something to eat, or David and we do the dishes together a lot, and sometimes we cook together. Today he took leftovers to work for his dinner. So, like, but if I get distracted by real life things, like if I have to go get Victor or whatever, and I'm in the middle of con marine something, and it's a whole big area, like, I'm not going to have, it's not going to be as much follow through. I know myself. If I get distracted, I'll forget where I was, and I'll be overwhelmed by the big piles. There are some piles in here. I have piles of cords I need to go through and figure out what they go to before I put them in a cubby. I need to make sure that I don't have, like, I found one that was from Alcatel or something like that. It's like from a phone I had like 15 years ago. It doesn't even, it doesn't even go on anything that we own now. So that went in the trash. It went in the recycle thing. And then, like, if I go through, like, different things, that's my goal, is to go through sections at a time. Like, earlier today, I took all the bigger pieces of paper that were in my red trays, and I went through those, threw stuff away, reorganized them, and then put them in a cubby. You know, I'm doing sections. I know I cannot do like a whole big thing. Time for you to read a bit before bed. Thanks, Vicky. Cards, adapters, you always think might need, so you have a Ziploc baggies. Yeah, we have a whole drawer with all of that kind of stuff, but we've been slowly going through all that stuff to make sure that we're not keeping things we don't need. Like I said, we live in a small house, so we don't have a lot of storage and areas. So we have to make the most of what we do have. And we've kind of, over the last few years, we've been in here for over 7 years. And about 7.5 years. And things have accumulated. And we both decided we wanted to sort of kind of go through everything and make sure that what we have is really what we want. You know, that those things, like she said, that they bring you joy. Vicki, I'm so glad you were here. I hope you have a good night. So that's one of the things that I'm doing. And with whatnots and things, like I've been thinking about, I was watching the Clutterbug Fairy, and she was saying for some of the stuff that you are saving, make sure you're saving it for the right reasons, you know. So I've been going through my stuff and making sure that I am saving things for the right reasons. And as I go through everything little by little, it's much easier to do that when you go through things a little bit at a time. You know, when you go through things a little bit at a time, it's so much easier to do that. Hello, Vanessa. So I'm going to figure out where to put these. I'm going to wipe them off and take the stickers off. And I'm going to figure out whether, yeah, I think this is going to be for the craft table, and this is going to be for the writing desk. And I still can't believe they were $2. And then the one that says write will go on the two that say write and edit are going to go on the writing desk for pens and highlighters. And then the one that says focus will go for my drawing pens and pencils. So, yeah. So, one of the ladies, somebody, when I did the video and I showed these, and the lady I bought this from told me thank you because she had a couple of different people purchase bags from her, and she was so grateful. I just wanted to let y'all know, for those of you who are watching or watching in the replay, whichever of you bought the bags. And then I guess the lady on Etsy had quite a few people buying this one since they didn't have it on Amazon anymore. Let's see if the mild liners will fit in here. Put a small piece of tape around each cord by the plug like a tab and write something about what it is so you can keep track. I need to do that. I so need to do that. Gotta go do your dishes and make your 9:30 dinner. So cool. Thanks, Leanne. Yeah, I've got to do my dishes too. Gotta do my dishes too. Oh, look how colorful. That looks really good. I like that. Yeah, I guess there's a brand new set of mild liners or something. I don't have that one, but I have all of the rest of them. I have all the rest of them. So, how are y'all doing? I think so, Cindy. I think there is one more set. Cindy Gwentart Baldo or somebody else I watch that does planning videos. I don't watch a whole lot of planning videos, but somebody you actually bought them and disliked them. Your mild liners bleed. Mine don't. And I will tell you the ones that, there are a few pens that work that don't bleed with them. The Rotary and Tiki Graphics don't bleed. There's another, the Uni pens don't bleed, but you do have to give it a few minutes to dry, like completely dry. Sometimes if you watch some of my videos before, you've seen me like use the heat gun over what I've written in pen, and that's so I don't have that smudging problem. They don't bleed over ballpoint that's waterproof, like the actual color of the highlighter bleeds. I don't know. I haven't had any issues. Pilot multi-balls don't bleed. No, and I need to get some more Pilot multi-balls, but I've fallen in love with the Rotary ones the Tiki graphic ones that and the uni pens, and I still love these Uniball, the needle and the vision and stuff like that. I still use these. These are some of my favorite drawing and writing pens. These are like the best ever, other than the Pilot multi-balls and stuff. Like if you're talking like inexpensive pens, these Uniball Visions and the Pilot multi-balls are probably the best ones out there. I love Uniball pens, especially when they're the waterproof Uniball pens. I'm trying to think. You can't get them to just highlight without bleeding the color through pages. Alright, I'm going to test something. What kind of notebook are you using, Cody? What kind of paper? Notebook. Okay, Leuchtturm Hobo. Alright. So I'm going to try something. Alright, I just wrote Hello Cody on my paper. And below that, I'm going to highlight. I'm going to use a darker color so I can... I'm going to let that dry for a minute though before I go in. I don't feel like doing the heat gun with a... No smearing or smudging. And I use the Tiki graphic one. And then they do, however, ghost. But I don't have, they don't bleed through, and I used the darker. And this is a Leuchtturm. But see, they do ghost, but they're not bleeding through, so maybe you got a bad set. Because I've got, I don't have a problem with mine. Use it just as highlighters and marker without highlighting anything. The color bleeds through the page. Alright, I use the other end. Yeah, see, they ghost, but they don't bleed through. You might have gotten a bad set. You might have gotten a bad set. I ordered mine from Amazon. And the one set that I couldn't find on Amazon, I actually ordered from Jet Pens. When I find stuff that I can't get or it's cheaper, I either order things from Jet Pens and kind of order everything at one time from Jet Pens, or I order stuff usually from Amazon, Jet Pens, Amazon. I do use Goulet pens, but I'm pretty much set with fountain pens until I would rather, right now I'm at the point where I've got my fountain pens. I do, however, wish that I knew somebody who could put a pen back together, because my TWSBI Eco came apart and I don't know how to put it back together. Might have had a knockoff. That every now and again it can happen, which is why, like, if I know I need something and I'm not quite sure, I get some of that stuff from Jet Pens. That way I don't have to worry about it. A lot of the people that you can buy that stuff from on Etsy, if they're from Japan, then you're usually getting the right thing. But so yeah, now I'm kind of just putting everything together. I'm still debating on the curtain. I'm probably gonna take a picture because I don't have any more of the paint that's on the walls, and where the old curtain was, those metal things are showing. Tokyo Pin Shop. I haven't bought anything from there, Cindy. But I'm debating. I'm debating. I think the short curtain like that makes it too blocky, so I might end up using the long curtain there. I don't know. I'm still debating. Trying to get it all together, but it is looking better, and every day I've been in here sorting through something or another. I've got two big, those, you know, the ones I have are black, and it's a box. And then inside the box is a drawer that you can pull all the way out and put it back in, and they stack on top of each other. I have two of those, and I'm going to go through them and get my stuff out of them. And I'm going to use those for the bottom of my linen closet to store extra stuff that we don't use on a regular basis, but if we have guests over or things like that, we might need. So I'm going to put those in the bottom of the linen closet, and I want to utilize them now that I've got this space like this. So my next project is to go through that kind of stuff and to go through the rest of the closet. I need to get the stuff out of the top of the closet and reorganize the top of the closet and put some of the bigger stuff that I don't use on an everyday basis or every week basis, that I use it just a few times a month, or that are just extra supplies, and put that stuff up in the top of the closet, and then rearrange the shelves, because I want to get all my old journals on one shelf, line them up in that white bookcase that's in the closet, line them up on a shelf. You know, just kind of that's, so we're spring cleaning the house, still doing the depth here, even though it looks like I'm not, but this was to do this room. This was a project, and we knew we were going to do things. So now my spending is over. I even got my deodorant today. I do, however, over the next week or two, couple of weeks, I've got to get some new foundation. And I'm still trying to find a better foundation that will work. And then I'm done with that kind of stuff. We're spring cleaning. I guess I'm going to be checking out container gardening, because I can't till right now. Maybe next spring, when, you know, David has more time, because they just switched. We were going to do it over the next few weeks, but now that they've already switched his schedule, he won't have time. So the garden, I'm doing a watercolor project for Patreon. I've got a couple of things to review. I'm doing some watercoloring and tarot oracle cards for Patreon and for the second channel. I've got to get started with that. I'm going to start watercoloring a tarot card like every week or every other week, picking different ones and trying to improve my drawing and watercolor skills, and just because it'll help me learn them. I'm trying to think what else. I'm doing Camp NaNoWriMo next month, so I'm actually working on my outline and some character sketches and stuff. So Wednesday's video for the channel here will be about Camp NaNoWriMo. And maybe by then I'll have my writing desk set up and I can take a picture of it and put it in the video for, and maybe I'll film at that desk as well. I might get the tripod and put the camera here with the tripod, or put the webcam right here on this, and flip it so that you can see me, and use that and sit at my writing desk in between my two bookcases, so it changes the backdrop when I do the writing videos. Trying to think of what else. I'm still kind of working on how everything is placed on this craft table, because it's good enough. It's okay. It's usable, but it's not bringing me joy yet. I'm getting close, but it's not quite there. And I think the more I kind of go through things and kind of work at this, the better I'll be able to kind of set it up. So I'm working on that. Spring, I'm trying to think of what else. I have books to read. I've still been waiting on Jim Butcher and Patrick Rothfuss to come out with their books. In the Name of the Wind, I'm still waiting for that book, that last book. I'm still waiting for Jim Butcher to come out with the Dresden book that he's been supposed to have done for a good while now. Trying to think. I've got is it Truth Witch? The Susan Dennard books. I've got that first book, but I don't have any of the other books. So I want to get I think there's two. I think Blood Witch just came out. I think that's the one. Susan Dennard. Yeah, I've got Truth Witch. So there's like 2 or 3 other books. I did read the Deborah Harkness books, the Discovery of Witches series, and I watched the first season of that on Sundance. I think that's Sundance Channel. I don't know. I got it. I got the free trial. And I binge watched it over a weekend when I had pneumonia. I reread the books before I watched the show. So now I'm going to go through my pens and stuff and figure out what to put where. I think I'm going to put my kneadable eraser, or get one of my erasers and put on this point, so I quit scratching myself with it. I have this Pilot Plumex. This thing never worked. I might as well throw it in the trash. But that's what I've got. Anybody got any questions or anything? Because I've been on here for almost an hour, so it's pretty much time for me to get off of here. I have some stuff I need to do. And you bought the Plumex just for the nibs. Are the nibs really good? Maybe I'll wash it out and then refill it and see. Because this is the I think this says it's a medium nib. So maybe I'll clean it out. It's time for me to order some of that cleaning fluid from Ghoulie Pens or Jet Pens or somewhere, because, and I need to get some refills for this thing. The Zig Kokoro or Kokuro. I've got crochet hooks in my pen thing, y'all. So that's all I got going on. Someone suggested in the reviews on Amazon it's a wider nib. It is a wider nib. It is a wider nib. Alright. This is an old ballpoint pen with no lid, but it works. Okay. This was one of my favorite pens for a long time. It's the Pelicano. And I used it, it's a junior one, and I used it for like forever. You wanted to try another fountain pen, ink for your journal and wanted to use up your Noodler Bay State Blue, but it just keeps going. I don't have the Bay State Blue. I have quite a few of them. I have Massachusetts. I have Lexington Gray. The Proctor's Lead, which is a gorgeous color, but it's not waterproof. I like the waterproof ones. I use the ones that I have Polar Brown, which is really pretty for trees and stuff like that for nature. I have Noodler's Black. I have 54th Massachusetts and the Heart of Darkness, and I think that's in this. I have a little white thing that you mix with Proctor's Lead. But I need to get some kind of thing where I can mix them in some kind of container. But I like waterproof inks. Yeah, I know some of they're not. Like the rose scented Urbine ink that I use. It's not waterproof, but I use it. Like I'll use my inks that aren't waterproof for morning pages because I don't do much. I don't really do watercolor anymore with my morning pages. So I'll do that like a lot of times. Just use my inks that aren't waterproof for my morning pages, for my text journaling. If I'm not going to be doing any kind of wet medium with it. And that's it, y'all. I've been on here for an hour now. So anybody, you have one of those? What, the Pelicano? The Pelicano, it's a junior. This thing feels so good when you write with it. You have 3 of your Zuzu ink. Yeah, I have that turquoise teal color that Boho Berry talked about. She did a lot of writing with it. I like the color because it's the darker shade of my wall in here. I really like turquoise. And I got it, and I like writing with it. It's gorgeous teal. I think it's a teal color. It looks more teal than turquoise. Like my wall is a really pale turquoise. But it goes really good. Kajuku, yes. Kujuku. So I don't, but there's a couple of other colors I would like to get in that ink. But I have so much stuff right now. I'm like, you know, like the old time peacock blue cartridge pens. Yes, yes, exactly. So for those of you who are here who are writers, or you just like to watch my videos, Wednesday I am going to do a video. Now I can either do the video pre-done, or we can do a live video and we can chat. I can do a live video with someone else. I might talk to Tamara, and I know she's supposed to be doing a video sometime soon. Persephone, if you want to get back onto videos. But I'm going to Pelicano. You have the Kinsame that is gray and the Kusamusu, which is pink. You have the purple violet and the red one. Oh, I like the Pelicano pens. But I was thinking about maybe doing a live video for Camp Nano. I find that the longer I do camp, the less I do for, like, I just make sure I have plenty of coffee and plenty of creamer and plenty of healthy for me snacks. And I have my notebook and everything because I'm so used to doing it now. I don't go all out for setting up supply stuff anymore for Camp NaNoWriMo. But I want to do a video about Camp NaNoWriMo Wednesday. I want to talk about it some. While I'm on the subject, oh, all the paper. I can't move for all the paper. I have these story cubes that I think might be part of what I talk about on Wednesday for the Camp NaNoWriMo video. Because these are like the coolest things ever. I love these. For like, these would be really good for like prompts, or if you were doing, say, a writing sprint, and say you're going to do like a 15 or 20 minute writing sprint, you could flip one of these little cubes and give you an idea, and that, you know, for party, like somehow mention something from that in your, you know, writing or whatever. Sometimes I like that stuff, like it, or it will give me an idea for something else. Victor thought they were toys because they do look a lot like toys, you know? And you could actually play games with these story cubes. They have a thing in there and you can actually play a game. So I thought it was pretty cool. But I think I'm going to talk about this kind of stuff Thursdays. We'll have to see if she's doing one Thursday. I am going to do a video Wednesday, though. So, for those of you that are watching now or watching it in the replay later, if you want to, let me know if you'd rather do a live video. Because if you'd rather do a live video, I could do it at like 7 or 8 o'clock my time, Eastern Standard Time. And y'all just let me know what y'all want to do. And so, but now I'm going to go because I've been on here for over an hour and 5 minutes. And I'm just going to keep chatting, and I'm hungry. So I got to go get me something to eat because I slept today, so my schedule is all off. Like right now, this is technically my dinner time. So instead of it being almost 10 o'clock at night, to me it feels more like 7 o'clock. Or 6 o'clock. Feels more like 6 or 7 o'clock in the evening than like 10 o'clock at night. So I hope y'all have a great evening. Thank you so much for joining me. I am so super excited about my little goodies. I didn't even spend like $50, $60 on everything, and that included the candle and the personal stuff that I got. You have some of the writing cubes. They are cool, aren't they? I love them. That didn't include this stuff, which was about $10 for these two. And then I think this was on sale for like $3. And it's a coconut wax blend candle. And I happen to like this. This may become some kind of coaster or something. It says find balance in life. I like this. All right, y'all. Take it easy. Have a good one. I'll see you again soon. Bye, y'all. Okay, now how do I... All right. Let's go here.